Do you feel like you're always giving, like you're bottom of the list, and that you're not moving towards your goals that you had for yourself? If so, this week's episode is for you. So many women that I've been speaking to this week have been talking about how when they've been doing their reflections for the year so far, they feel like they haven't made any traction on their own goals. The reason? They're prioritizing everybody else but themselves. They're making sure they're a mum first and foremost. They're making sure they're a wife first and foremost. If they're in jobs, they're showing up to their jobs fully. If they're in business, they're showing up to their clients and leaving themselves at the bottom of the pile. Now, this week, I invite you to think about a different reality, to think about how you can adopt a mindset where you get to prioritize your needs, make sure you're taken care of, so that you can then give and you can then bring that positive energy and be happy about it and not have that resentment, not have that martyrdom. Because the thing is, we're meaning makers and perception generators as humans, right? We attach meaning to everything. And if we come to a task with the energy of, oh, I have to do this, this is on my plate, you build that resentment. The person who you're serving, whether that be a client, whether that be your child, whether that be your boss, they can feel it subconsciously. Whereas if you come to that task and say, wow, I get to do this, I'm grateful, that person will feel that. They will be grateful to you in return, the law of reciprocity. So it's not just about what you're doing, it's how you're doing it. So this might be triggering for you. You might be saying, Siobhan, what the hell? I'm giving to everybody and you're telling me I should be grateful that I get to do XYZ for other people. You can be pissed off at me. That's perfectly okay. If you are getting pissed off, this is a really good sign that you need to fill up the tank and that you need to look after yourself because you've hit that wall where you just feel like you're giving, and you're not getting anything back. And I feel for you. And I want you to know you don't have to be that way. So the first thing to do is to, step one, drop any judgment, drop any anger, frustration that you have around where you're at right now. As I mentioned a couple weeks ago, I've been reading Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now, and the most powerful thing that we can do is to come back to the present moment in order to create a different reality. So whatever has happened, you can be pissed off, you can cry, you can be angry, let that emotion out, let it move through you, and allow yourself to feel it. That's step one, because when you do, it shall pass, right? So let yourself feel it and drop the judgment around it. You might think, oh, I tried so hard to have a baby and here I am complaining about lack of sleep because my child is keeping me up at night. Or, oh, I'm complaining about having this kick-ass job, but I know my heart's not in it, but everyone's telling me I'm crazy to want to leave. Or I'm hustling in my business and I've landed this one client, but you know what? I'm so tired, I don't even want the client work anymore. Allow yourself to accept what you're feeling, okay? That's step number one. Step number two is to breathe and ask yourself, what is it that you need to fill your tank back up? What is it that you need to feel good and re-energize yourself? You know, having daily practices, having daily rituals that fill us up before we go into the day are really important. So if you haven't got one of these already, I want you to start to think and ponder on this question. What do I need to do daily in order to manage my own energy and to look after myself? What do I need to do daily in order to manage my own energy and look after myself? So for some of you, that will be journaling. For some of you, that might be meditation. For some of you, that might mean, daily's not possible, but you got to get out into the trails and hike once a week. Hong Kong's starting to get a little bit cooler, so that's something that I'm going to be getting into. Maybe it's doing a 5-minute yoga sequence in the morning, or perhaps it's just having a moment of quiet and gratitude at the end of the day. I want you to think about what works best for you, because this has to work for you. There is no cookie cutter approach to happiness and fulfillment. It starts with you. So that's step two. Figure out what is it that you need to do daily to fill your cup up. Step number 3 is to start doing it. Just start doing it and start to see the momentum, start to see the changes, and do this for a minimum of 21 days. And realize when your energy changes and your perception of how things are going in your life changes, and you can move from this place of frustration, anger, resentment, tiredness, fatigue to gratitude, joy, creation, everything will change for you. Absolutely everything. If you don't believe me, give it a go. What have you got to lose? I'm asking you to look after yourself, so why not do it? So that's it for this week. I would love to hear from you. What is it that you do or you are going to do and commit to doing for the next 21 days in order to re-energize you and look after yourself? I'd love to know in the comments below. If you have any struggles, then also let me know because I want to help you out. Have a beautiful week, and I look forward to hearing how it feels to look after yourself. See you next week.